Hello everyone, and we continue our Chinese culture series. In this video, we're talking about the Chinese cuisine. So Bruce, let's start with a general question. What's the Chinese cuisine like?
When it comes to Chinese cuisine, remember it's of the size of Europe or the US. In that sense, it could be quite varied in China. So in China, we have, some people say 4 major culinary systems. Some people say 6 or 8. If you go to Chinese restaurants in a foreign country, you would see a lot of them are Sichuan cuisine. That's one of them. And the Cantonese cuisine, that's another. And the other would be a northern type of cuisine. And then Shanghai, we call that Jianghuai. That's another major type. When it comes to Sichuan cuisine, I think everybody would know it's characterized by its seasoning, the spiciness, and all that just make your taste buds dance on your tongue. That type of cuisine. Cantonese cuisine is more mild. They have a focus on freshness and the sort of maybe umami, like in Japan, where when they have a huge focus on. Usually we say sweet, sour, savory, and bitterness, yes. In Japan, they have umami to describe the freshness of the ingredients, flavor, and taste in itself. So in Cantonese cuisine, it has more focus on that, and usually they have a beautiful presentation. And a lot of first wave Chinese restaurants overseas are Cantonese restaurants, because Canton is the area where a lot of people actually go overseas from ancient times. The ones that went to the US and to Melbourne for Gold Rush, they're all originally from Canton area. So they bring with them a lot of Chinese vegetables. Like here in Australia, you would see still in supermarkets names of vegetables such as bok choy. They're actually not Mandarin, they're Cantonese. See that there's a huge Cantonese influence around the world. And even ketchup, tomato sauce, it's actually in Cantonese, tomato sauce, 茄酱.
How would you describe the process of cooking Chinese dishes?
My observation is when it comes to Chinese cuisine, we tend to, chop things really fine. So the taste goes into every bit of ingredient as deep as possible. It's all chopped up finely, so the tastes are blended in better. And it gives you more creative space to present them.
Speaking about flavors, I heard that quite a common way of cooking in China is to transform the flavors of ingredients to make them almost unrecognizable.
There are a lot of specialized Chinese cuisines which do that. My wife is very good at cooking this dish called Yushan Rose. Direct translation of that is shredded meat with the fragrance of a fish. A little translation would be like that.
Could you describe your personal favorite dish and how you would cook it?
Chinese dishes are usually quite complex. It involves too many processes. I'm going to do steamed bun. So basically, it's just flour mixed with water, a little bit like the process of doing bread. After you have made a dough, when it's shiny and it's not sticky, you put yeast into it so it becomes big. And then you remake the dough and put the fillings in, some meat and some vegetables, and you steam them up and they become steamed buns. That's something I like.
Let's now speak about the table culture in China. I noticed that unlike here, where everyone orders a dish for himself, you guys have the whole table of different dishes to share. Could you comment on that?
It's quite interesting. In the Western world, you call that lazy sushi. We just call it the roundabout thing, the spinning circle. So you have all the dishes on the table, and the roundness of the table, I think spatial-wise, is the most efficient in terms of putting a lot of people onto one table. Unlike rectangular table where you can never pass things around. You could, but it's not as efficient. The good thing is everybody is interconnected, and you would serve people next to you to show your care, and it's just you can have a variety of little quantities of everything. But in the Western sense, if you choose a fish, it's just a fish, unless your neighbor wants to share part of his dish.
So now my last question to you is, could you describe the Chinese cuisine in 3 words?
Nothing is impossible, only if you can't imagine. That's more than 3 words. Exciting, nurturing, satisfying. Exciting, nurturing, satisfying.
Thanks a lot for these delicious insights. I will see you again in the next videos.